I don't think there's anyone who is excited for GTA 6 that hasn't heard the rumors that the game could potentially be priced at $100. And there are a lot of opinions about this. There are a lot of people who are on the extreme end of disliking this, and there are some people who are on the extreme end of actually supporting this, and there are people like me who technically are in the middle. And I will get to my reasoning behind why I'm not on one side or the other, but the main reason why I decided to make this video was because after a while I realized that the price point of the game was never confirmed, and this was after I saw Synth Potato's tweet on my feed, which actually got me thinking, is it possible that the game could potentially be priced at $60? And if that's the case, what incentive would the developers of this game have to actually launch the game at $60 when companies like Nintendo have already started pushing the boundaries, pricing their own games at basically $80? That's exactly what I want to talk about in this video. So with that being said, let's get into the video. Hey, what is up guys, it's Mordant. Now, if you're interested in news videos, challenge videos, discussion videos, and lore videos for any of the games that you can see on screen right now, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also make sure to leave a like on the video and join the Discord so you can actually discuss things with me and also be able to suggest video ideas to me. You can also follow me on Twitter to keep up with me, and that's basically everything. So let's get back to the video. Now, a large majority of people are going to make the argument that the game could potentially not be priced at $60 because of the budget that the game has, and that's where I want to start. Let's look at whether or not it's possible for the game to actually make a profit if it was priced at $60 and is also following in the footsteps of its predecessor, which is GTA 5. So there are two aspects to GTA 5. There is the offline mode and there's GTA Online. And we know that GTA 6 is most likely going to also follow these steps. It's going to have a single player mode that you can play offline, but it's also going to have a dedicated online mode. So if we look at GTA 5's data in sales for both of these modes, what exactly could the potential profit for the game be like? Now, according to Wikipedia, GTA 5, when it launched back in 2013 at a price point of $60, managed to make $800 million in profit within the first day of its launch and $1 billion in revenue by the third day of its release. Now, if we were to check how many copies you need to sell at $60 in order to be able to make $1 billion in profit, you would need somewhere around 18 million copies sold. And don't forget, this is for a game that was launched at $60. Now, if we take the fact that GTA 6 has a rumored budget of $2 billion, and we also assume that GTA 6 will sell similar to what GTA 5 did, which is most likely not going to be the case, then we can basically make an inference that there is a very strong likelihood that we can actually cover this budget within the first week of the launch of the game, which leads me to the question, what did GTA 5 make within the first week of its launch? It made, according to VG Charts, about $1.15 billion. And while this technically isn't around a week, because I really couldn't find any numbers for a week of profit, this is still very, very impressive. And mind you, I'm saying all of this while assuming that the developers of this game will most likely be wanting to make the profits for this game within the first week of the launch of the game. And this is absolutely very, very unrealistic. I personally don't believe that there is any developer out there that genuinely expects that their game is going to turn over a profit as soon as it is launched. I normally would think that most of these developers would want to see these games turn over a profit within a few months of the release of the game. And this is the Grand Theft Auto series we're talking about. There's almost no way this game is not going to turn out a profit. I have to be very honest. There's also another thing we have to mention. I've been assuming for this entire section of the video that the game was just launched at $60. But we also have to remember that there were different editions of the game that were released. There was a standard edition, which was released at $59.99, which is basically $60. We have another version of the game which was launched at basically $80, $79.99. And then there was also another version, if I'm correct, I'm not actually sure about this, that was launched at about $150. And there is no way that Rockstar will be launching GTA 6 with only one price point in mind. There could be multiple versions, a standard version that is launched at $60 and higher tier versions that start to edge towards $100, and I don't think anybody would mind. But for the sake of this video, let's assume that it was just $60. Now, we've looked at offline sales, right? Let's now talk about GTA Online and how much revenue that has made for the company. Now, I can't find any reliable sources of information that tell me how much GTA Online has made for Rockstar. Like, information is so scarce that I literally could not find anything except this Facebook post that basically alleges that GTA Online has made about $6 billion in revenue for Rockstar. Now, this is a Facebook post. There is no source. We don't know whether this is true or not. The actual numbers could be greater or even lesser than this. But I want to believe that the game is doing pretty well. If we look at the visual capitalists, they talk about how a large majority of the revenue that Take-Two made in 2023 or 2024, can't remember off the top of my head right now, was from subscriptions. And those are things that you find mainly in GTA Online. So maybe, just maybe, this number, this 6 billion number could be close. It could be more. Okay, it could be more, I don't know, but let's lowball it and let's say that they made another billion. Okay, that basically covers the entire rumored budget of GTA 6. So honestly speaking, I don't think it's impossible for them to release GTA 6 at $60. And if we also take into account the fact that their most recent game, Red Dead Redemption 2, which actually came out in 2018. It's crazy that it's already been that long since we saw a formal release from Rockstar, but that game launched at $60 as well. So if we look at that, there is a likelihood that the game could launch at $60. It's not confirmed, of course. Please do not take anything I say in this video as official confirmation that it's actually going to launch at $60. I really hope this was clear from the start of the video. But the argument that the budget of the game could be working against Rockstar is not something that I think is going to hold a lot of water if we just look at the stats for GTA 5. That's in my very honest opinion. Now, I do want to note, it is possible that GTA 6 may not do as well as GTA 5. Maybe the game is a flop and it doesn't actually do well. If that's the case, that's fine. Rockstar will make a loss no matter what. Let me make one argument for the people who might think that the game could release at $100. Greed. Now, we have to be very honest. It's possible for Rockstar to make $1 billion or $2 billion in revenue with GTA 6 if the game is good enough and if it does very well. But it may take longer than the devs may want, and if we look at it, there is no developer, no company that doesn't want to make more money if they can. So if that's the case, what stops them from just raising the price for the game? Really nothing, in my honest opinion. So it is still a possibility that they decide to raise the price for the game to be very, very high, but I think, especially with everything that I've looked at in this video, that $100 might be too much for them. We might see a $70 release, we might see an $80 release, but I strongly don't believe that we're going to see $100, at least right now. But even if they were to release the game at $100, I would like to believe that the game will be very well worth $100. And that's sort of the reason why I'm like in the middle. I sort of can relate to them wanting to release the game at a higher price point, but at the same time, I know that it can work at a lower price point. So it's really just a toss-up to me. It's like, whatever happens, we'll just go along with it. Plus, we do know that no matter what price point the game launches at, a lot of people are still going to purchase the game. It's just how these things work. So yeah, let's just see how everything goes. Also, there was one point that I wanted to make earlier that I actually forgot to make. So let me talk about one advantage that I think releasing the game at a lower price point will give Rockstar. If the game launches at a lower price point, $60 for example, and the game actually has GTA Online bundled with it, this makes the game more accessible to a lot more people. And if we have a lot more people in the game and we can start to charge them little bits of money for microtransactions, buying of skins and other things, that can add up. If the price of the game is very, very high and not as many people are actually purchasing the game, that reduces the amount of potential profit we could make off GTA Online, and I don't think that Rockstar would really be wanting to risk that. So it's really a toss-up and it depends on them. So we just have to wait for the official announcement from Rockstar, which should probably, according to rumors that I can see everywhere, come by November. So we'll just have to wait and see, and then we can cross that bridge when we actually get there. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I plan on making one more GTA 6 video, and I do have plans for some other videos of my own. So if you're interested in any of those, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace, guys.